Starting to the right side of the map, we have the LGIM player, one map away from all-killing Fnatic. Great game so far, defeated 3 Zergs, loves Immunum, one Terran player alive. He was his last opponent, now he's up against Oz. Will he be able to succeed? His ideas.
LGIM, Yonghwa!
The first Protoss versus Protoss match that he has to play. Really strong today, very confident, a lot of momentum going for him, and he's up against the Protoss starting to the left side in blue. The last man standing for Fnatic, it is the Wizard of
Fnatic Led Call, Oje!
I like that. Both players going for 13 gates here, getting that extra probe. Oz checks her proxies. Now you can see a small stat popping up here. Code A runner-up lost to Curious actually 4-0 in that final. It was the final season of Code A when we used to have Code A finals. And Yonghwa hasn't been able to have results like that in individual leagues. He hasn't had that moment to be in the round of 8 of Codas and then, you know, get that close to the finals, be where Oz has been. But so far, man, I think he's looking like he is on track for an all-kill here.
And that's the one thing that Oz, of course, wants to prevent. Right now, it's not even him trying to beat LGIM. It's him preventing an all-kill. You never want to be all-kill. It's just the worst scenario for your team, and especially for Fnatic, who stated in recent interviews that GSTL is so important to them, that they really want to come through the season, that they want to show their skill as a team. For them, it must be a horrible situation to be in, being down 4 games already and now facing the threat of being all-killed too.
You know, it's being on the Fnatic bench right now is a terrible feeling because everybody knows that the likelihood of victory is so small. And I've actually been there. When I was on FX Open, I sat on the bench when my team got all-killed by Hack. We got all-killed by Zenix. Its team at the time was considered to be the weakest team in Team League. And then, of course, FX Open after that moment was considered to be the weakest team in Team League. And, you know, it's a terrible feeling. Everyone on the bench kind of has a somber feel. No one's really talking. Everyone's just watching. And it's definitely, it's not fun to be in this position.
I can imagine. I've only been on the other side of the bench. Warcraft 3 with 4 Kings against Arma Team. Finals of the WC3L. We actually was the first offline event that I ever attended to. We flew to Paris, and everyone expected an epic final. And Grubby was actually at this time playing in 4 Kings. I was the manager, and we took them down with 5-0. Was actually a lot of fun, at least for us, not for the French guys.
Feels good to win like that, for sure. By the way, the builders have been chosen. Oz, the fast Twilight Council, adding 3 gates, so he's, or just 2 gates for now, he'll probably add a 3rd one. He looks like he wants to put a heavy blink aggression on, whereas the builder for Yonghwa is arguably safer. He has got the fast robot here. He's going to go Observer first.
Exactly, yes, the Observer, and now with the Observer he also has the option of blinking and using the high ground to his advantage. This is a little bit of a problem now, of course, for Oz. With Blink against Blink, he won't be able to be as aggressive as he would like to.
Yeah, and he's going to catch the Stalker, though. That's going to help him out a lot.
Yes, indeed.
The biggest problem for him, though, is he lost his forward probe. His forward probe was killed. He sends another one out now, but this may mess up his timing a little bit. He's got to make sure he keeps this one alive because he needs that forward pylon to make this attack work.
He will definitely, well, his timing will definitely be messed up a little bit. You can already see that his warp in just was completed, his research that is, so he's missing the opportunity of warp in a set of units at the front right away. And now, of course, let's see how Yonghwa is going to deal with this. He decided to get this robotics. This will mean that he has probably a few less Stalkers than his opponent, especially with 1 Stalker already being eliminated. But he has Blink too, and he has the defender's advantage, of course.
Yeah, and now this Observer gets in the main and he sees, okay, this is a faster Blink, this is an attack. All he has to do is actually set up a defense at home, get Immortals out, and then he's going to have his own defensive Blink so fast. He needs an Immortal, though, and he's going to start it right now. He actually makes another Stalker instead. He really needs that Immortal. Oz's attack here very fast. His forward pylon goes up. So many Stalkers, there's no sentry as well.
5 to 6 Stalkers, and here comes the first one, blinking in, having a poke, but he can actually take it down with a nice aggressive blink. Not using it just yet, but here we go, both of them just blinking away. No Immortal started for the LGIM player, but Yonghwa on the other hand now trying to make this work. Disadvantage still can use his probes in order to help out, and right now he actually has the higher stock count.
Yeah, and he's going to have the blink chase ability as well. He's just got more hit points on his stalkers right now. He's got a better concave as well. He can offensively blink, and he does. Oz in such a tough spot now.
Yeah, look at his hit points on the stalkers. This is really a tough situation for him to be in, but
he picked off some probes here, which puts him at 29 to 20.
Exactly.
And that means that Yonghwa does need to make something happen here a little bit. Something that he can, of course, do is pick off this forward pylon. That's going to really slow down Oz's production as now he's supply blocked. And he can also attempt to expand as well.
And at this point in time now we have Yonghwa roaming the map a little bit, just trying to get into a good position, picking off all those pylons that Oz already built. He spots the second one, he sees the second pylon and also kills it. Very, very important to him.
Yeah, Oz barely started that Immortal before the pylon died, so that's one really great thing for him, so he does not actually have to worry about that too much.
Oz will have later second base than his opponent. Yonghwa is now on the move with the Stalker count, and at the same time he's building his Nexus already.
Yonghwa actually has got to be careful with this. He's going to go up into a concave. And he only has the better Stalker count by 2, but there's Guardian Shield available. He's got to be so careful about this. I don't like the idea to attack here.
Even the Immortal is now in here, but he can blink into the main base, and he's using it. He's trying to snipe the robotics, and he might be able to succeed.
If he gets it, and he certainly will.
Oh, wow. Bye-bye tech.
He can actually try to pick off the Immortal. Decides not to. I think a good choice here, but he does take out several of the shields. He could come back.
Oz is actually chasing him. He should be really careful here.
Yeah, he does not have the Stalker count to continue to chase like this.
And he doesn't have the hit points on the Stalkers either.
Yeah.
At this point now, the expansioner for Yonghwa is nearly completed, and he really closed the gap in the Harvester count, 27 to 31 at this point in time. And of course, he still has a robotics facility and therefore can still produce Immortals. Decent position here for Yonghwa, pretty good position actually.
I think that Yonghwa will probably start his robotics support bay after this next Immortal as well, because he knows he's in this defensive position. And Oz, a smart choice here, gets charged. He knows that tech-wise, he's probably behind. His opponents had that win with killing his robotics. There's no way for him to catch up, remake a Robo, and then get Colossi out. He already has a Twilight Council. Go for charge here. It's a great choice, but it's basically all in. There's not going to be a way where you can use charge to kind of hold the mid-game and then transition. It's going to be pretty tough to make that happen.
Yonghwa is now getting the double probes at a time, of course. His expansion is done, so is the Nexus for the Fnatic player. Oz now on 2 bases as well, both with roughly the same amount of Harvesters here. And more Immortals now coming out for Yonghwa. He has 2, the third one will join his army very soon. And
oh wow, a sick trap here with the Observer. He's going to pick off several Stalkers.
Really well done, but he needs to blink back. Yonghwa actually in a little bit of danger, losing one of his Stalkers while blinking away. But he definitely has the better army composition at this point in time. Regarding the supply, they're both that even. Look at those blinks.
So intense. Yonghwa with a great amount of Immortals here, but the Charged Zealots of Oz may catch him a little bit off guard. The problem for him, though, is he only has 7 Zealots right now. And Yonghwa actually, the problem for him is that he doesn't realize what composition he's about to face, I think. He has not set up a building wall. He needs more Zealots out as well, or more Sentries, because he is going to face a really strong attack. And Oz actually may be able to take the win here if Yonghwa is caught out of position. Oh, he blinks in the main. He's going to pick off a pylon here. Well, the rest of his army is now a little bit exposed. How will Yonghwa respond? He's actually going into his main, but this allows the units to actually trap him there a little bit.
And here we go, blinking once again, trying to force his opponent's units back, and there it is.
And now he goes into the natural. He's got an opportunity here. Will he take it?
Oh, but here come the Stalkers. He has the Immortals in position. He's trying to move in. And here we are, both of them using the Guardian Shields, and immediately, of course, also the Force Fields. Right now, just a Stalker and a Blink fight, but at the same time, all these Immortals are doing a great job. And Yonghwa now, he's being shut out. He needs to... Yep, is able to defend here, forces Oz back a little bit. This is just so intense right now. The Stalker count so even.
And the Immortal count is 2 to 1 right now. This is so critical. He's trying to warp in more Zealots as he knows that that is kind of the composition advantage he has. Oh, Oz is really trying to make this work. Yeah. He's got no backup plan.
No, he doesn't. And here comes actually a Forge for him. The army supply, a little bit in advantage of Yonghwa. Here come the Force Fields. He's using Blink to secure his Stalkers. Really well done. Saved them at the last second. Harvester count a little bit in favor of Oz. And more and more Chrono Boost here for Yonghwa. This is just so much pressure by Oz at this point in time. And still the Immortal count in favor of the LGIM player.
As well as the Stalker count at 18 to 11. You know, Charge Zealots can only do so much against Blink Stalkers that they cannot continue to fight. But the Archon edition here is going to be quite nice for him.
The composition for Oz really good.
He's
indeed.
setting up a building wall here so he can blink behind those pylons if things get nasty.
Nice moves in, takes down a Stalker, tries to make as much damage as possible. But Oz really wants to prevent LGIM Yonghwa from all killing his team. And once again, a charge, and this Zealot was a little bit too overzealous.
Yeah. Shooting his name there, but Oz is trying to make a transition happen at home. He's got so much pressure putting on here. He's making his robotics. He's getting +1 as well. Nice little pickoffs here by Yonghwa, getting a Zealot, getting a Stalker here and there. And this kind of thing really starts to add up. But with all this pressure, he cannot make his robotic support ban. Oz, if he gets that +1, things are going to look better and better in his favor.
But right now, will Yonghwa actually commit? It certainly looks like Oz is the one who really wants to make this happen. He blinks forward very aggressively right into the range of the Immortals, and this was definitely a little bit overzealous by Oz. Will he be able to follow it up, though? He doesn't look like it.
Does not look like it at all. There's just too many Immortals here. Oz dropping in supply. It looks like Yonghwa's going to all kill. GG!
The game is over, and Yonghwa, he pulled through. He really did it. 5-0 Yonghwa against Fnatic. Oz defeated. A really aggressive blink here, a little bit unnecessary by Oz. He tries to go for it and finds himself facing 4 Immortals with his Stalkers, and this was just not a good situation.
The transition was happening, it was coming, but with the Stalker count getting better and better for Yonghwa, he just started to pick up Zealot after Zealot, and Oz started to realize, hey man, if he starts killing my Zealots like this, and I can't do anything about it, I'm losing ground here. I've got to attack now. Went for the attack, but there was too many Immortals. The wall was set up nicely. The position was great for Yonghwa. Boom, all kill. IM moves in, taking 2 wins here. Will get out of the group.
Yeah, definitely. And Fnatic has to face NS Horsa next week, and the winner of this match is going to, well, the winner of the next match between Fnatic and NS Horsa is actually the second team that will advance in the GSTL.
Yeah, so Fnatic fans, don't despair. Fnatic is actually still got a chance. They got to defeat NS Horsa, though, if they want to get in, which I think is going to be a much easier task than defeating IM was today.
I want to give a quick shout out to Grubby, actually, to Manuel, who's currently watching apparently. And after I talked about the game against Arma Team in Warcraft 3, that was by the way in 2004. I didn't even remember that. A long time ago, nearly 10 years. But yeah, he tweeted to me the link about the results and an overview about it. So yeah, a little bit of nostalgia actually happening here.
Did you
Good
retweet
times.
it?
No, I didn't just yet.
You should retweet it.
I will in a second, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was actually casting the game. It was my own team. I was casting the game, and when we won, I just jumped up, grabbed the next guy sitting to me, put him in front of the computer, and said, "You cast for the next 5 minutes. I have to celebrate."
It's, you know, it's everyone has, well, not everyone, but most commentators have some history like this. You know, Grubby is a player as well as a commentator these days, and you know, you have a player like Artos, you have Tazeless, I was on FX Open, and you are of course Warcraft 3 manager. It's really cool to have these kind of histories in the back, and stuff like this. IM Yonghwa's all kills are things that we're always going to remember. That Hirai will always remember. Maybe Hirai becomes a commentator one day after he retires from being a coach. Who knows? But great play by Yonghwa today. Unstoppable Protoss, and he's not even a Codex champion.
Yeah, and here we have our interview now today, of course, with the MVP Yonghwa for LGIM. A really great performance today, and yesterday we've seen the Protoss players first and of course C doing really well. The Protoss players in this team just really make it happen.
어떠신가요, 지금 기분이?
일단 너무 기분 좋고 지난번에 Fnatic 팀에게
He's of course really happy to get his first MVP and his first all-kill as well.
하게 돼서 기분 좋고 팀에 일단 승리를 기회가
They lost to Fnatic in the last season and now they were able to advance, so he's very happy that we're able to take the Fnatic team down today.
그동안 좀 열심히 안 한 감이 있었어요.
네.
그래서 요즘에는 얼마 전부터 열심히 이제 마음
He
다잡고
wasn't really performing well in the GSL and GSTL lately, and recently he has been playing just a lot more training, and that's the reason, in his opinion, why he was able to improve so much and why he wants to play this season and just show his skills.
GSTL에서도 이제 앞으로 좀 볼 수 있을까요?
이제 곧 있으면 다음 주면 코데이 예선전을 하는데
네.
무조건 진출할 자신 있고요. 네, 조만간 이제 GSL에서
He will play next week in the Code A
네.
qualifier.
알겠습니다. 이제 2라운드를 가게 됐습니다. 꼭 한번 만나서 경기해보고 싶은 선수나 아니면 팀이 있나요?
He just wants to get that win, do that individual league thing that he hasn't been
저희
able to
이번에
make happen
우승할
just
거라서
yet.
네.
웬만하면 좀 저희 기준에서 좀 생각하는 약한 팀
네네.
올라왔으면 하고 딱히 만나보고 싶은 선수는
뭐 어떤 팀이 와도 자신 있다 뭐 이런 얘기죠?
네.
네, 알겠습니다. 오늘 말씀 감사합니다. 자, 그리고 LGIM의 감독님 강동훈 감독과도 이야기를 나눠봐야겠죠. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
He feels that his team actually is going to be the champion this season, so he doesn't even care what team he faces
일단
yet.
기쁘고요. 네, 조금
Here's, of course, the IM coach,
네.
known as Hirai, actually avidly posts on Team Liquid, oftentimes about his
그것도
team.
기쁘고 그다음에 민철이한테 미안한 게 어제 오늘 계속 손만 풀어가지고요.
그러게요.
It's been almost a year since IM all killed, which of course was Lucira last time.
네, 자 지금
And of course he's just sharing that he's
2위가
happy
됐기
about
때문에
the all kill
2라운드에
today.
가서는요 슬레이어스와 만나게 됩니다. 슬레이어스 팀은 2011년
And he's
GSTL
kind
마치고
of-
승에서 만났던
He's joking that he's a little bit sorry for MC not being able to play today because MC prepared really hard for the matches.
Yeah, we could see him in the booth actually, just preparing for the next game. That never happened.
Never had to happen, and obviously MC with a lot of time to prepare as did lose in Code S, and we'll have to play in Code A.
팀 리그에서는 정말 강팀이기 때문에
네.
정말 준비 단단히 해서 좋은 모습 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
네, 훌륭한 선수들이
They lost a lot of times in GSTL, so they have a lot of teams they want to get revenge against.
마무리를 잘 하셔야겠죠.
Especially Slayers, they really want revenge.
지난달부터 선수들이 정말 죽음의 일정을 하고 있거든요. 미국 갔다 독일 갔다 또 와서도
네.
계속 경기가 있고 한데 정말 열심히 계속 힘내서 해줘서 너무 고맙고 지금처럼 꾸준히
Players have got a crazy schedule. They've been traveling to the States, Germany, playing in other tournaments. So he's saying thanks to the players for keeping up with their schedule and just working so hard. They've really been keeping at it, and he's really thankful for that.
승리의 기쁨을 또 나누고 싶습니다.
네, 알겠습니다.
And he also
이현
thanks his
선수
wife.
축하드립니다. 네, 감사합니다. 자, 이현승
She is
선수는
supportive,
LGIM
and she's very beautiful, might I add.
만나봤습니다.
You've probably seen some shots of her on camera before when she goes to events with him. She's quite good looking, and I think she is the type of girl that Hirai deserves. This got a little bit weird. Sorry,
Yeah.
Calder. I was like, I saw you turn. I knew you were like thinking about something else while I was doing that translation, and you're just like, what did I walk into? Like, I just walked into like, it's like when you walk into a surprise party and you're like, but in this case you weren't happily surprised. You were a little bit.
No, it was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You saved it.
Okay. Everything's cool. Well, don't forget, of course, next Friday and Saturday we have more Team League matches. I think we're going to look again at our schedule and today's results.
And of course, we have also a lot of Code S going on next week. On Monday, we have Mana's group. He's up against 3 Terran players. And on a Tuesday, it's time for Naniwa. But here are today's results.
Quick all kill here. Youngwon taking out Jay, then Moon, then Bill. 3 Zergs in a row. Alive tried to make things work, but Youngwon got 2 ahead. And then in the final game, Oz tried a Charge Zealot transition, but Youngwon just with a great defense here. And here's our schedule for next week.
You know, so far in the last season, we actually had a lot of people saying that Zerg was dominating the second season of the GSTL. Right now, it looks like Protoss are having quite a run. All the wins that were delivered this season for LGIM were actually achieved by Protoss players.
That's absolutely true. 10 out of 10, man. Protoss wins.
Yeah.
Not a single other race has won for them so far. A lot of Zergs coming out for Fnatic as well. None of them able to take a win.
Yeah, exactly. So this might be the season of Protoss in the GSTL. We'll find out soon enough. Those were only the first 2 team matches that we had. Next season, or next week, sorry, we will have, of course, once again 4 groups of Code S. We already mentioned 2 of them, and on Friday and Saturday we will have the GSTL for you guys once again.
Yeah, we've got 2 foreign Protosses this week. Mana, you saw his group down there for a second. He's got 3 really tough Terran opponents, so if you're a Mana fan or a Foreigner fan who wants to cheer for a foreign player, make sure you tune in tomorrow for that, because that's going to be, or not tomorrow, but on Monday rather, because that's going to be quite epic.
So guys, this is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and enjoyed the games. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
No more living in yesterday, just another